Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync ActiveCampaign with RealGeeks so that all those leads you're getting from your RealGeeks website and all those marketing efforts you're doing there can automatically get pushed right into ActiveCampaign, into those automations there. There's no frictions, it's just seamless. You're using these two apps as one. It's super easy to set this up too. Let me show you how. First thing you're going to do is go to apination.com. You can click on Discover Connections. There you're going to see all the different apps you can automate through API Nation. I'm going to scroll on down until I get to R for RealGeeks. Here we go. There's R, and there is RealGeeks here at the top. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to show me the apps I can sync with RealGeeks, including ActiveCampaign. So I'm going to click on that. And you can see here are the syncs available. I can send contacts from ActiveCampaign into RealGeeks. And I can do the reverse. I can send RealGeeks into ActiveCampaign. I can create a two-way sync so that no matter which app I'm in, if I update anything, if I add a contact, it automatically shows up in the connected app. I'm going to start with RealGeeks into ActiveCampaign. That's probably the most popular setup here. Step one is to go ahead and to sign into your API Nation account. If you don't have one, go ahead and click this link at the top. You can create one, or you can sign in with Google, which is what I'm going to do here. Once you do that, you're going to connect the app. So I'm going to connect RealGeeks, hit this big button that says connect, and you're going to get shown steps to connect RealGeeks. But it's very simple. You're going to take this link here, you're going to open it up in a new tab. So there is that link. I'm going to go ahead and sign into my RealGeeks here. Okay. So I've signed in. I have this link. I'm going to go to configure destinations, and it's going to say, all right, let's site. And it's going to be apination.com. Great. And I'm just going to come on down here to connect a new destination. Find the API Nation tile and hit connect. All right, to connect to API Nation to RealGeeks, it says I need to choose a user. So I'm going to go ahead and choose one. And I need an authorization key. So that's super easy to find. In fact, we put it right in the instructions here. So if you go back to API Nation, here's the instructions, and you can definitely go through this if you'd like, but all you really need to do is go to that link and then come on down here to step 4. Here is your authorization. So it's a unique authorization key. It's not going to look like this for you. It's going to be something different. I'm going to grab that, copy it, go back to RealGeeks and paste it in there and hit save. And there we go. I now have that connection available. Now if I go back to that article showing me how to connect, scroll to the bottom, there's this button to test the connection. I hit that. Looks good. We're going back. We're finishing up this sync. So I've connected RealGeeks. You can see there's the connection. I'm going to go ahead and select it for my sync. Then I'm going to do something similar for ActiveCampaign. I'm going to hit connect. It's going to ask me for a few things again. A label, which is just a name for this connection, a name for your ActiveCampaign account. I'm just going to name it after me. I'm the one who uses it. And then I need a URL and a key. So to grab those, you're going to log into ActiveCampaign. You're going to go to settings down here. Then you're going to click on developer, and that's going to take you here where there's a URL. Copy that, go back, paste it in here, and that key. Copy that, go back, and paste it in. Hit connect. That's it. I've now connected RealGeeks and ActiveCampaign to API Nation. Just a few options here as I set up this sync. It's going to send over any new contacts or leads from RealGeeks into ActiveCampaign. And I got to choose where do I want them to go. So you can put them on a specific list, which I'm going to do. I'm going to put them on my new leads list. I can also choose if I want to put them on a specific automation or if I want to tag them with something specific in ActiveCampaign as they are added. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe, which will create the sync, but the sync is not yet active. There's this button here to activate it. I'm going to do one final pass and look at everything. As a lead is created, it's going into ActiveCampaign in this list. If I wanted, I could set up this filter if I wanted to get super granular. So I only send over people with certain tags, maybe only tags in RealGeeks that say ActiveCampaign. So I could do that just to be really specific about who's going into ActiveCampaign. I could even do tags connected to different ActiveCampaign automations or drip campaigns, and then I could set up a workflow for each of those drip campaigns. essentially making it so that I can tag somebody with a campaign in RealGeeks and they get synced over to ActiveCampaign and placed on that campaign. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to import or export or anything like that. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this out. I'm just gonna get all these contacts into ActiveCampaign and I can assign them to drip campaigns later. Finally, we come down here to mapping. This looks good. Email, phone, first name, last name. Perfect. Let's go to the top and activate this sync. All right, so this sync is now active. Now we're gonna set up the partner sync, ActiveCampaign into RealGeeks. Just in case you've had a bunch of contacts in ActiveCampaign you've been meaning to follow up with, you've been meaning to kind of put them in a CRM and get them organized, you can do it this way. So I clicked on ActiveCampaign, and now it shows me all the apps I can sync with ActiveCampaign. There's RealGeeks. And this time we're doing ActiveCampaign into RealGeeks, hit activate. And because we've already connected both these apps, all we have to do is select the accounts we've connected. We don't have to go through the connection process again, just select the ones that are already connected to our account. Again, few options here, which contacts are coming over. I can click this and it's gonna pull everybody from ActiveCampaign and anybody I add in the future to RealGeeks, or I can uncheck this and it's only gonna sync people I add in the future. Go ahead and subscribe and it's gonna again create the sync. Do a final check here. Again, if you want to filter by something in ActiveCampaign, maybe where they came from, the source, or an email or a phone, you can do that. And then where things are going in RealGeeks, you can see you have a ton of different fields you can plug this information into, including notes. So if there's something specific you want in the notes field, maybe you want to put in some information like, the created date. So when they started, when they signed up, or the automations that they're on, you could do that. So very helpful. Let's go to the top and activate the sync. And there we go. I now have two syncs active. I have ActiveCampaign going to RealGeeks and RealGeeks going back into ActiveCampaign. That's it. I've created a two-way sync between ActiveCampaign and RealGeeks. Now if I add a lead to either of these apps, it's gonna get synced over to the connected app. And just working in one app, I can trigger things in the other app. It's gonna save me a ton of time. I don't have to bounce back and forth between these two apps, and I can focus on creating more deals. If you have any questions or need any assistance, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, connecting the world's applications. We love doing this stuff.